آزادی بیان
言论自由
free speech.
In law, mens rea is incredibly important. I'm no lawyer, but the idea that you couldn't take intent into account seems bizarre.
It is, but I disagree with Nigel's point about there are certain kinds of speech which is just too hurtful, and therefore the intention to harm somebody disqualifies you from freedom of speech. I think that's a dangerous path to go down, because as always with these debates, we're left asking the question, who is to decide? Who is going to decide where you draw the line? Now, the incitement to violence thing, I think, is, as the Supreme Court has discussed many times, and tried to define it as narrowly as possible, and I think they've done quite a reasonable job of that. It is a grey area, but it's very important, and it tends to be expanded in discussion, if not in court cases these days. You see, the way I look at it is this: if I say, and I choose this category of people completely at random, if I say there are too many ginger-haired people in this country, and we'd be far better off if we drove them all into the sea, that is a highly offensive, irrational opinion. But it's only an opinion, it's an expression of an opinion. If I say there are too many ginger people in this country, we'd be far better off if we drove them all into the sea, and therefore, you and you, come with me, let's get that bloke and throw him off a cliff, that becomes something else. That becomes an execution of an action. But I think it's only in those graphic terms that we should start talking about incitement being a crime and an opinion becoming something else.
I should have thought the open expression of that intention was pretty dangerous, actually. The use of driving them into the sea was itself...
Depends on the context.
Everything depends on the context.
He just said it wasn't dangerous, so there are contexts which aren't dangerous. Even though he's sitting next to me, he thinks it's not dangerous. What I would just like to say is there are clear cases, I mean, just an extreme case, and these things sadly happen. A child who's constantly humiliated by somebody telling them they're stupid, they're pathetic, they're ugly, that is a kind of hate speech deliberately intended to harm the child. And you know, this is the sort of thing which you wouldn't want to, I'm sure you wouldn't want to defend on freedom of expression, but it's no physical abuse.
Okay, so...